It's freakin fuel, packed with 110 volts of zapping energy. Sweet like candy, wild like werewolves, sugar or zero, it doesn't matter, kiddies. Once you sip it, you're Alahain!
Welcome, mortal fools, to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight, and take a ride with the Dark Carousel podcast. Welcome, mortals! Whoa! Let's fucking ride! On the DCP!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast. Woot woot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? No las pantalones.
Yeah, something about his panties.
No,
So,
that means I don't have pants on. Well, I have sweatpants on.
today on the Dark Carousel podcast,
Today on the Dark Carousel.
we are going to be doing another Zoom meeting that seems to be...
Very.
They're finishing setting up.
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. So today's meeting, today's interview,
Yeah.
today's introduction is the lovely clowns from Spooky World presents Nightmare New England in Litchfield, New Hampshire, guys. You guys may know these two clowns. I know these two clowns, but they don't know me. But I know them. They go by SLORTEX. SLORTEX is Slinky and Vortex.
Yeah.
They are some fascinating creatures that are walking and running.
I ran
across.
into it on TikTok.
I saw them in, we saw them in Chicago.
We did?
I think so.
I don't remember.
Either it was in Chicago or I don't know. But I remember seeing them a long time ago. And honestly, guys, like, I'm really excited for this because they're so goofy and they have so much energy. And it's just... I'm really excited. I'm really pumped. And a little recap on everything. There's a lot going on, brother. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot?
But we're going to take it for granted, and we're going to love it, and we're going to do it, and we're going to fucking set it.
Yeah.
We were in the studio just a little bit ago. We were doing some fun stuff. You guys may have seen the post of us going, zooming by, doing our thing, and having a blast. But... we busy. We some busy clowns. Again, guys, we love you. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us. All the support, all the love, and we are just so grateful to have you guys help us out and push us more to our goals and really push us to where we want to be at. And we're doing our best, and we are trying to put out the best quality content for you guys. So shout out to you, spooky people, all you lovely carousel riders. We love you.
Yeah.
And we just
Our carousel has seatbelts.
we are filling up our carousel every single fucking
You
show.
weren't expecting that.
Yeah.
My seatbelts, I just installed them.
Yeah, we installed them. This fucking carousel is going for a ride, guys.
It's going pretty fast.
And right now, we got a fucking V12 on this bitch.
Yeah.
Hauling ass.
Yeah. Safety first.
A big old shout out to Freakin Fuel for helping us out and sponsoring us. And we get their lovely little package tomorrow, which tomorrow is the 26th of June.
Yeah.
So we're really excited. We're going to put out a bunch of more stuff. Oh, I dropped my smiley face.
Oh.
More stuff out for Freakin Fuel and really show their product more because I can't wait to sip the zap, dude. Sip the zap, homie. Other than that, so shout out to Freakin Fuel. Guys, go to them, frankenfuel.com, and check out their non-sugar and sugar energy drinks. And I think you can put some alcohol in it.
Dang.
But they're I can't wait. Can't wait. Other than that, I'm trying to think. A little recap. We did talk to Mischief the Clown. She's fucking awesome. She has a wild story. Really excited to dive more into like the lovely brain of hers eventually again.
Yep.
Other than that, I think This is going to be an interesting interview. I try not to dive too deep with them at all because I want to know more and have like a natural reaction.
That was we were rewinding that for you.
Natural reaction. So we're just excited,
We'll send the link and shut it.
and it's sent, and we're really excited, and we're just pumped. We're so pumped on this journey that we're going on, and it's not because of you guys. It's because of the haunt love that you guys have and give us, and we push it out. And we want to hear these stories. And guys, we got some busy stuff going. Sorry, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good ride, guys. I know we have a few photo shoots coming up, the 12th and the 26th, which is gonna be fucking busy.
We still gotta work all that out still.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a wild
I don't know
ride.
what their full plans on. We're gonna have to literally sit down and talk with him and get it because
And then we have other stuff that we're doing, which is gonna be a 4-part segment, which is gonna be exhausting, but we're gonna fucking do it.
Well, we have to do it in different segments because it's so big. So we have to do it in 4 segments.
We're not gonna tell you what it is,
Yeah.
but let's just say it touches home. Guys, look at our merch.
Yeah, it's hard to see because
You see that?
Ooh,
Check
I'm
it
invisible.
out. And then in the backs we have
Yeah.
snags.
Yeah.
And then we got Mr. Sweets. So go check us out. It's on Spreadshirt Shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's in our link.
You know, there's a couple other like I was just bored. I was typing on the internet. It actually popped up other stores still selling like our original stuff.
Really?
They're still selling it.
Damn.
So you might want to take some of those down on some of the other other websites that we had
I don't know how.
because they're still selling stuff.
Yeah, dude. So this is cool.
Yep.
You weren't born monsters. You were made.
Yeah.
And it's cool because guess what? You were made because you're monsters. You're spooky people.
Yeah.
So go
When
check
your
us out.
werewolf daddy got with your werewolf mommy, you were made
What does it make?
a werebaby.
Where baby? That's one furry baby.
Yeah.
Jesus
That
Christ.
baby come out furry.
Man, gotta comb that motherfucker. Sorry, that was rude. Man, I almost went down a rabbit hole on that one. Should not have done that. Dude, it's been hot.
Hopefully they got that link.
I sent it.
I don't know.
We're just doing our thing.
Doing a thing. That's doing a thing.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Sweets?
I'm just, living the dream, man. Talking to all these fine people every week and just, brings a tear to my eye.
Guys, I shot a message to, if you guys don't know who he is, Freak Skinny.
Yep. Uh-oh.
And here we go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There they are.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
They have now joined the Dark Carousel.
Do you guys see us?
Hello. Yes. Can you
Yes. Yes.
If I go over here. Oh.
Over
I
here.
have several
Do we
chairs.
No,
move?
no, you're fine. We're gonna work it out.
Yeah, we're going to work it out.
We'll get you up in the screen. Well, hello, my name is Arthur, and I am the co-owner of the Dark Carousel podcast, and we are super excited. And then next to me is Steve.
Yep.
You guys are we're really excited about this one. Really pumped. I love your what is that in the background?
This is Nightmare Son, Nick Riddle. This is our child. This
Oh,
is his first broadcast. He's nervous.
Yeah, I would be too. Yeah, he dressed nice. I love it. I
Yeah.
love that. Well, cool beans, guys. Well, hello, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast, and we're really excited. We'll do a little thing. We've been doing this for quite some time now. This is our 6th year doing this. Between Steve and I, we have over 50 years experience
In the haunting.
in the haunt world. This is my 20th year. This is his 30th year. So we're starting to be old and enjoy it and love life. But you know what? We're not going to stop because we have wheelchairs. But other than that, let's start off with the show on introducing who you guys are and what haunt you're from, and we'll start from there.
Okay. Well, I am Brian, or Slinky, as some may know. I am from Spooky World, presents Nightmare New England, and been haunting since 2009.
Jeez.
So, what is this, 15, 16 years? Something like
Dang.
that.
Been a minute.
Consistently Spooky World. Occasional guest acting here or there, but for the most part, this is where we live.
Cool. You?
I'm JJ or Vortex usually, and yeah, I've been hunting since 2011 was my first year, but I was a little off and on for the first couple of years, so I think this is like my 12th year ish.
Mhm.
Sweet. Now, have you guys been at the original haunt that you're at now?
Yes and no. I have been there the entire time, but you've been under the Spooky World umbrella, but there's other pieces.
Yeah. So my first year technically was at Fenway Park. We did Spooky World did for it must have been the 20th anniversary, if I'm doing math right. I think it must have been the 20-year anniversary. They did like a special, like just a 1-year thing. They took over Fenway Park and they did a haunt in Fenway.
Okay.
And I was going to school in Boston. So yeah, so that was
Cool.
my first year haunting was at Fenway Park, which is very cool.
That's awesome.
My little cool claim to fame, yeah.
That's really cool. So, like, when you guys came across, this haunt life, this journey that you guys actually been in, what really, like, got you guys stuck? Like, what was it about that, like, really intrigued you?
Oh boy. Well, admittedly, like for me, I had a roommate who worked at Spooky World, and I was not working a lot. And he said, "Hey, I need you to pay your rent. Here's an idea. Come have this fun job with me." And so I did, and it was awful. I had a very bad first night, very bad first 10 minutes. We can get into that later. But for whatever reason, the adrenaline, the excitement, it all kept me coming back, and then just kind of evolved over the years into whatever this is.
Yeah, isn't it wild? Because it's like you do something, it's like, all right, this may be fun, and then all of a sudden you're making something huge out of it, and you're, here we are, 15, 20 years later, and we're like, what the hell am I doing? And it's so wild, and it's just a journey. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like also kind of like on a whim thing. I was into spooky stuff. I was also into clowns. So a friend of mine was like, "Oh, I think Spooky World is doing like a casting call near you." And I was like, "Okay." And I went down and like got hired and I had absolutely no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
No one does getting into the haunt industry. And it was kind of the same thing. Like after my first season, I was kind of like, like that was a good experience. I'm glad I went outside my comfort zone, but I don't know if I'm going to do that again.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, something I was like, when I was back in the future, I was like, maybe I should go.
It's such a scary moment because you don't know exactly what you're doing. You don't want to make a fool out of yourself. But in reality, you kind of do want to make a fool out of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's like, oh, that's great.
You have to figure out that when that switch flips.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that switch flips a little bit too soon, and then you're like, all right, I need to calm down a little bit. I've definitely been there. All right. So when you guys really started being clowns, was it like right away, or was it just a build-up for your guys' names?
Well, okay, I was a clown before I was a haunter. Fun fact. So, like, I took clown classes
That's
as a
awesome.
teenager, which made me very cool and popular, as you can imagine. So I was into clowning, like, before I ever got into haunting. So I had this little, like, I don't know, this interest in this hobby, but I was like, what am I going to do with it, kind of a thing. So when I went and got hired at Spooky World and they asked if I had a preference on what haunt to work at, I obviously was like, clown house.
Absolutely.
This is my chance, right? And then I've been like ever since then, I kept coming back to the clown attraction every year. And then like as far as like Vortex, so the the character of Vortex. So I was a clown, but then the character of Vortex was because for several seasons my spot in the house was in the Vortex tunnel at the end of the haunt, and then everybody just was like, oh, that Vortex clown, and then it just turned into everyone just calling me Vortex, so then that became the character of Vortex the clown.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It kind of developed more from there, and then especially like with like kind of finding our dynamic together of acting together, then those two characters I would say really kind of gelled.
Oh yeah, they just infused with each other.
Yeah.
Now, like when you were working in the Vortex tunnel, did you ever like develop vertigo or anything?
No, I got used to it real quick.
No, but I know it messed
I
up a
was
lot of
completely
people.
fine.
But man, I know, because we at our clown house at our haunt,
We have two different ones.
Well, honestly, do we have like 4? Because in the different haunts.
Well, yeah, but just in the clown house we have 2.
And
Yeah, and it messes with people.
It's not too bad for us because we've been dealing with it for a long time. As long as you just look forward, you're okay.
Yep, exactly. Yeah,
But
just look forward and yeah.
What about you, Slinky?
Oh boy, what about me? I did, my first year was in the clown house, and again, like I said, it was awful, horrible time. Somebody pissed in my room in the first 10 minutes. They flung at me. I had zero idea. Like nobody told me what to do because I was late for my first day. So they said, "Here's this robe. Here's some whiskers. You're the Rat King. Be the Rat King." And I didn't know what that meant. Um, so you can imagine a Rat King in a clown house did not
Yeah.
very well.
No.
But anyways, for whatever reason, I said, okay, you know what? This is really fun. The next year I came back and I was in a haunt called Willow's Asylum. It was, you know, your standard asylum hospital. And that was fun. It was very graphic. And then I said, you know what? I think I'm just a clown. You know?
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Now, did when it comes to your guys' makeup is really iconic, and I've seen you guys. The first time I ever seen you guys was I don't.
I saw the first time I saw you on TikTok, and I thought you broke your neck at first. Oh,
And then the first time I seen you guys, I don't know what year it was, but it was at a convention. I know it was a while ago, and I remember I seen you two together. You guys were doing something, and then you dropped to the ground and you turned your head upside down. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" Like, holy shit! Like on my brain, I'm like, okay. And then you started crawling, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm not about this life. I'm just gonna walk the fuck away from this. What really inspired both of you to do your guys' makeup?
Well, Slinky's makeup was a work in progress for a long time. The act kind of came around 2015 where I was on the ground and I was like, oh, people don't like me down here. And I was bald and had a beard. And the makeup artist at the time was like, hey, I have an idea. Simba. And she just drew like a little smile on the top of my head. And from that moment on, like we tried to like reiterate on it. Like we made like a Frankenstein Slinky, Spider Slinky. And it 2018 was like the birth of SLORTEX, and the makeup artist that I had at the time, we went back to our root to him and said, "You're a clown. Make it a big, stupid-looking smile, and work on that." And so I can't see the top of my forehead, so she does everything. I am really good at sitting still, and
No, you're not. He's
I'm
not good
really
at
good at cleaning brushes.
He's okay at cleaning.
I
brushes.
don't do it well.
That's funny.
But yeah, so yeah, we've gone through a bunch of iterations, but she's kind of perfected the formula.
That's awesome. Yeah, I seen a video of you guys doing a time lapse of you doing your makeup, and I see how you had like you're using your clown paint, and then you have your spots opened up for the smile, and I can just tell it's like he ain't gonna do that. And then I just sat there and I watched it for a second, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. So now it's cool. It's really cool, and it's really like unique on how you guys really portray your guys' characters. Now with Vortex, you're the mouth, the drool.
Yeah.
The like explain that. Like is that more like a character development when it shows to like how grimy you can be, or is it like a hidden picture in the background?
Yeah, that also harkens back to my spot being in a vortex. And I had the same makeup artist as Slinky did, Alyssa. So shout out to
Hi,
Alyssa
Alyssa.
because
Love
she's
you.
incredible. We owe a lot of credit to her for helping us
Awesome.
like develop these faces. And then she moved, which is why I took over doing the makeup. It's just
Sweet.
because she moved. But anyway, so yeah, that was
Yeah, we were like, wait, we can do our own makeup? What do you mean?
Yes.
yeah. So she spoiled us. But yeah, that was from when I was in the vortex and we were trying to figure out, okay, how do we make a character that would live in the vortex? And we decided like, well, she's obviously sick all the time because she's dizzy and she's puking in the vortex. So we went through like, again, like a lot of iterations. Like I had a big giant mouth that covered half of my face for a while with giant vomit coming out. We tried like gelatin vomit, which was always like flying off of my face in chunks and then rolling around in the vortex tunnel.
Yep.
And then it just turned into like, yeah, just like drooly vomit, like dripping down my neck kind of a thing. And then that's what stuck. And I don't know.
Cool.
I
I love it. So
I like any haunt characters that have like dripping gloop on
yeah.
them. So I just
it's just
enjoy
really
that.
grungy, and it adds the effect of like what type of character this really is, especially with clowns, because you got your circus clowns, you got your carny clowns, you got your evil clowns, and then you got your grungy fucking clowns, and then you got your punk clowns. The list goes on. You know, when I became a clown, I obviously didn't know what I was doing because beforehand I was just a demon / elevator operator. Ah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm so scary. So when I became a clown, I discovered my name's Snags. And because I have a snaggletooth, and my sister always called me Snag, so I was like, all right, that's the name. So I discovered an anarchy punk clown where he's an asshole. I don't know why. I'm such a nice guy, but when I put the costume on, I just have to be a dick.
Yeah.
And
It's funny because as I'm sitting in the background just watching, because we roam our entire haunt, because we actually have a park, and our park, it has 6 different haunts, so we just literally just roam the whole Midway area. And it's funny because I'll sit in the background sometimes and just watch him, and people will want to come take pictures with him. And he really don't talk too much, so what he'll do is he'll wave him over to come take a picture. As soon as I go take a picture, he'll just walk off.
I'll just leave you.
He'll just
Bye.
walk off. Won't even take the picture.
No, I'm good.
And they're like, oh, what the hell? Why didn't he take a picture? And I'll be just laughing, and I'll come up here. You can take a picture with me. Because I'm really vocal with my character, and I'm always just talking to people, just messing with people. And again, when we get going, we're always coming up with something crazy to do just to entertain people. So
I've done some nasty
People
things.
ask me to take pictures of him with them all the time because everyone wants to take a picture with the photo op clown.
yeah,
So they're like, "Excuse me, will you take a picture of me posing with him?"
Yeah.
And
Like, listen,
Yeah.
bitch, what about me?
yeah.
I know, I'm like, "Excuse me." So I either take selfies or
We know who the
take a-
popular one is.
I know. Yeah, someone actually paid me $20 to take pictures of him with him and his
In
group
front of
Yeah.
the bus.
in front of our. We
Flame-
have like a big
big
flaming.
cone.
Yeah, so we also have like a park.
Well, that's
so
cool.
we also roam around.
That's
yeah, so we
awesome.
have like a
We
midway and
escaped the clown.
yeah, we've escaped the clown house because it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, so I was taking a guy gave me $20 to take a
Yeah.
picture of his group, and I just zoomed in really close on
Yeah.
one person's face and just took that picture.
So
Oh.
here you go.
$20
Thanks.
and I ran, and
Bye.
he-
I just love being a clown. It's so
It's
it's
so fun. It
I
really
know.
is. Like if you're gonna be a clown, be a clown. Like that's my thing with
lose your
clown
mind.
characters. Lean
You-
into it. Like
yeah.
be stupid, be an asshole, be funny. Like
I don't
You're
even know
gonna
how to
be fun to
describe it
watch.
anymore. I just do me, and then at the end of the night, we'll see the reviews.
yeah.
Yep.
Now, what is like one of the most like iconic moments that you guys ever had, but also disgusting at the same time?
Oh boy.
Disgusting. Ooh.
Oh, we
I
do
got lots of
disgusting.
disgusting. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, I gave myself a little crutch with some spaghetti. One day I just had leftover spaghetti,
Mhm.
left it in my pocket,
Yes.
and then I walked around with it throughout the haunt, and that was just like my little snack. If I'm sitting there low energy, I'm bored, I pull out a little spaghetti. You gotta have a little spaghetti, and it turned into a whole bit. So one day I have this problem where somebody says, "No, you won't." I say, "Yes, yes, I will." Yes, yeah, watch me. So they said, "You won't stick that up your nose," and I said, "Okay," and so I did, and then like, keep going, and I didn't know what was going to happen. So here's the thing: if you're a clown, prepare for both possibilities. It's going to go great, and it's going to go exactly like you planned, or you're going to fail miserably.
Yeah.
So I was planning on failing miserably because I started to hit that gag reflex, and I killed it, but it worked, and it kept going. So it went through my mouth, like up my nose and out my mouth.
Oh,
And
nice.
I learned how to floss with it, and that's kind of I want to get somebody to throw up. That's my goal.
Mhm.
We've done all, the
I've
few
done
things.
everything. Now you're throwing up.
We're so close.
Mhm.
So close.
We're so close.
He went up and around
my
his
God.
mouth, and then I sucked it into my mouth out of his
Yes.
And we had a girl. She was doing the.
Close.
We were so close. I was like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on."
I love it.
We're
I
gonna get it. We're
this
gonna
was
get
this was a long time ago, but when we did a show when we first started the show, that we were doing Facebook lives and stuff, and we had a bunch of guys with us, and we were just goofing off. Well, we were like, hey, if you get up to this many views, I'll have this dude eat a raw egg, and then he'll bird feed it into my mouth.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I was all about it, and I didn't think we'd get up to that views, and then we got it, and then the moment came, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
We
oh
were, I mean,
boy.
yeah, we were all dying. We were cracking up because we didn't think we'd get the views, and sure enough, everybody was hitting it, and eventually we did it.
Yeah, it was awful. But I say this on honestly, I've probably said this in the past like four episodes. One of the worst things I've ever done was like 2 years ago. I was not a clown, but my clown instincts were really kicking in. And I was roaming the park. I was lost in my brain, didn't know where I was at, but I was having a great time. And I was, I bulldozed kitty litter with my mouth. In front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I just saw, I was like, my crutch at the time, I discovered like a tick where I had this empty water bottle in my pocket. And I always had to make sure that this little water bottle's in my pocket. If that's not there, I'm going to lose my fucking marbles, all right? So I was doing my thing, and then I was going, and I saw this pile of kitty litter, not knowing what it was. And so I just went up and I scooped it, chewed it. And I remember looking at the barkeepers, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? So I went behind the scenes, and I was spitting all of it out. And she came out, and she said, do you know what that was? I'm like, yeah, it was kitty litter. She said, no, that was someone's throw up. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm happy I did it because the natural reaction was fantastic, but I really was not prepared to hear that. But it was good times. I loved it, but that's
done.
what's done is done. Am I going to...
haunt adrenaline.
Yeah. Now I know not to,
Dude, I mean, we've done, like you said, the adrenaline gets you going sometimes, and we've done every night. It just seems like we're always topping what we did the night before by accident. We're not even trying. Yep. It's like one night we got bored, and we were hiding in porta potties.
That's fun. That's good times.
We literally crammed 3 actors. There was 3 of us all crammed in a porta potty, and we were smiling real big, waiting for people to open the door, and they're not expecting it. So eventually, like, one of the owners was walking around, and he was just checking stuff. He opened the door, and he just looked up and gave us a look. He goes, guys, that is crazy, and that was great, but get out.
Like, all right, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've done some terrible things. Like, I've eaten Band-Aids off people's fingers.
When Skids, when he took the maxi pad and smacked the girl in the face with it, I almost broke character. I was laughing so hard.
Speaking of breaking character,
yeah.
So have you guys ever had a moment where something just happened out of nowhere, and you're like, all right, I gotta take a breath. I gotta walk away for a second. What is one moment that you guys really remember of breaking character?
Clown night when everyone came out as clowns.
Oh, Lord.
So we have our midway actors, and we are known as the clowns.
The clown, yeah.
The clowns, TM. Everybody has a clown character, but they try to keep it to a minimum because it's not really a clown attraction, but like we are special Princess Angel babies. So we have clown night, usually a night after Halloween, where all the midways bring out their clown character. Well, we knew that was happening. However, these fucking clowns went so hard. We're very hard to break. It's our job to
Yeah.
keep coming. But who was it? Who started it?
What?
Who started they came right up. They came out running. Was it Casey?
Yeah, Casey and Devin and Brittany.
Yeah, all these big scary guys.
Like the biggest,
huge,
scariest, like
greasy
like
boys.
never clowns. Like the type of characters that are never clowns, always disgusting, greasy. Yeah,
Like
and
the
like
butcher
they
people.
like out like this, and then like
I had to peel her off the ground.
I was laughing so hard. I just had to like lie down on the ground for a
I
little bit.
love that.
It was just the
Laughing.
unexpected.
It was the unexpected of all of these giant clowns like galloping out of the woods that I just was not expecting.
It's like it's a horror movie.
Both been broken.
Yeah, we were so broken that customers were like, "Is she okay?"
That's so fun.
I was like, "Just leave me here. It's fine. I'm just need a second."
But that's the cool thing about being a clown is like it's okay to break character because you can laugh at whatever you want. You can't be serious.
Yep.
But there are some moments when they are serious.
Yeah.
Like, when people get hurt and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know there's been moments where I saw a dude break his neck.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. That was a crazy moment. We have a chain maze and 10-foot chain maze. And the guy, I told him, I said, Frankie, it's raining outside. Your shoes are talking. All right. Because his soles were doing that. And he would hop across like a dumbass. I told him, bro, watch yourself. So I was in a different scene. And then one of the guys was like, hey, Frankie fell. I'm like, oh shit, dude. Oh my God. So, and this concrete, about a 10-foot fall, diving straight to your head, obviously is not a good thing, So I went and I saw him on the ground. My adrenaline kicked in, and I literally dragged him out of the chain maze behind the scenes outside to the EMTs. He ended up breaking his neck. And luckily he was alive, but he snapped it. And he's so lucky that he's alive. Have you ever been in a predicament where you had to completely drop character and help somebody out of their.
Why did you ask?
Yes, as a matter of fact,
Yes!
it
Yes!
was this idiot. Oh, we have these silent.
Did you do your homework before? Okay, go ahead.
Like you're like really like, like all the greatest hits here. But yeah, we have like these masked silent characters that we do, and it's literally it's usually like either on like a slow Sunday or like if I'm like rushing from work and don't have time to do our makeup, we have masked characters that we can throw on
Yeah.
and still go out. This idiot had a little, like the little clown squeakers that
Yes.
like you usually put in your gloves or somewhere smart. He had one in his mouth,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and inhaled it.
Oh, I've done that before. Were you choking? Were you dying?
Yeah,
I was
he was
very much joking.
dying.
Oh my god.
He's like, but like, we're also in character, so he just starts like doing one of these, and I'm like, I don't know what this means, and then I'm like, and then he starts ripping his mask off, and I'm like, shit. So I like drag him behind the nearest haunt, and I'm
Squeaking with every
he's
step.
squeaking.
Sound like Wheezy from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like trying to do the Heimlich, like I ripped my mask off. I threw it on the ground somewhere. I did not know where. I'm like trying to do the Heimlich on him and trying to call over somebody with a walkie because we did not have walkies.
This clown's dying.
Yeah. And this part, like the bless her, like the ticket taker was like, okay, who do I call? What do I say? I was just like, just say Slinky's dying. Just say Slinky's dying. I need medical.
he swallowed a squeaker. That'd be
Yeah.
a terrible death. Write that on your tombstone.
It would have
Yeah.
been the way if I was gonna go.
That
would have been it.
Yep.
Death by squeaker.
You would just hear
But
squeak.
Very embarrassing.
Well, for
But he
you.
made it. He coughed it up. He
I'm
got it out.
fine,
The
I'm
EMT
fine.
came and checked on him, and they were
Man.
like breathing, and he was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "All right, don't do that."
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
stopped
well,
using the squeakers because of that reason. Because I have swallowed one before, but I pooped it out, so I was good. I didn't get lodged.
Yeah,
And,
I think mine went in my breathing parts.
Yes.
That's not it.
Oh my god.
That came out.
Yeah, that would have been.
Probably gone.
That would have been, honestly, it would, as a customer, if I see a clown dying and one doing a Heimlich, I would probably be like, dude, I need popcorn.
Yeah.
I need to
Like,
enjoy
in
this show.
retrospect,
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, but like at the time,
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know,
Such
like, if
panic.
it's just part of the show or
Right.
something, and you probably would have died, because everyone was like, dude, yeah, come on! Save, go, Squeaky! Oh, man, that's so
As soon as you
fun.
started to ask, I seen her eyes. I knew.
I knew where this was going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. So have you guys ever lost yourself in your characters?
Yeah. I mean, every night
All the
I
time,
feel like
yeah.
I don't remember half the things I do. You know, like we get in our trailer, we get in makeup, scream in each other's face, and go out there, and so we're wiping our face off at the end of the night.
It's like I blacked out for a second.
Let's do
Really,
this.
sometimes people are like, "Oh, how was your night? Did you get any good scares?" And I'm like, "I have no idea.
I
where I've
don't
been for the
know."
last 5 hours. I'm just coming back to Earth. Give me a second. Like,
It's so hard to get out of character, because like once I'm locked in, haunt season's here. It takes me a little over a month and a half to really calm down from a long season. And sometimes like I'll be at work. I work in a paper mill, and I deal with a bunch of old men and whiny ass like younger guys and stuff. And I sometimes I'm like, yo, dude, I am so sorry for saying what I just said. Like I'm preparing myself,
Yeah.
or I just had a long night at haunting. I just like I am so sorry. I didn't mean that. But yeah, dude, I still love you. And that's the fun part about being a haunter. So when it comes to being a haunter, what does it really mean to you guys? Like what is something that like you guys really discovered as being a haunter, and what this community has really shown you guys?
I think that's it for me, anyways. Right there, like the community. It gives all us weirdos a safe place, and like we can look out for each other and encourage each other to be the best. Like we don't have secrets in the haunt. It's if I know how to do something, you know how to do something. If you have my back, I got your back. If somebody does something wrong to one of my kids, I'm dragging them up by the fucking toes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just that sense of community that it's kind of fostered over the years by people who have been in it, but it also welcomes in like the little weirdo kids who
The rejects.
don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all a little bit of a misfit,
Yeah,
mhm.
and I think that's the beauty behind it.
Yeah.
It's like our shirt, because this is part of our merch. You weren't born monsters, you were made.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. And I like the fact of it because it's like how you said, you know, we're all different in our own little ways. We're all sick in our own head, in our own little ways. But the haunt community, it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you sit there and talk to a normal Joe, they're like, you need fucking medication. You need to go talk to somebody. And it's like, I do. I scream at them and I torture them and I stalk them.
That is my therapy.
That is
Get
my-
over it.
You give me 2 months out of the year, dude. I'm a completely different person. But on the outside, I'm a nice guy. But if you meet me in the haunt world, I'm gonna shove a toothpick in your toenail and I'm gonna kick it.
I'm like the opposite. I'm the nice clown, but then I'm an asshole in real life.
I love that.
He's a nice one.
Isn't that weird?
That is so weird. I just noticed that.
I did. I just now noticed that. I just thought about that. You made me think, man. See, at work, I'm just an asshole. I just don't like people. But when I'm a clown, I literally get on my knees and stuff like when little kids are walking around because, you know, they're coming to a haunt. They're scared to death, right? I sit on the ground and I'll, like, try to play with them and talk to them and get them excited. And it's like, I'm not a bad guy. I said, literally, that's what these 6 other haunts are here for, to scare you. I'm here to make sure you all have a good time. Whether I make you scared, whether I make you laugh, or just in general to go, this guy was cool, I want to come back. Even if it's just because I made a kid smile. And, and we have fun with it.
Yeah, literally another one of my favorite things about being a clown character is I feel like we have that little extra bit of like accessibility.
Yeah.
Like whether it's a kid or sometimes even an adult, you know, like that one friend who got dragged along who's clearly having a bad time. Like and it's like I'll be like, hey, you know, like I'll walk through the haunt with you, or like I can make you a balloon dog and cheer you up. Like I don't know. We have
I can teach you who John Wayne Gacy is. Come on, kids.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
But,
He always attracts the old perv ladies that want to walk through the haunt with him.
oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, oh my God, that's a funny
I
story.
get the grandmas.
Dude,
Yeah.
same. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. There's some some horny ass old women. They're like, oh, a clown. I'm like,
Will you walk through the haunt with me?
and I remember this one
There
old
was
lady.
one. She was ready to get. She was trying to get rid of her grandson. She was like, "What did she say?" She's like, "You can go.
Yeah.
Like,
You
you're
can
gonna
go.
come."
Yeah, she was like, if my grandson wasn't here, I'd be going home with you. Like,
Oh.
we were like, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go.
Lady, I'm not gonna
Good to
pop a
know that's
circus tent.
universal
I'm sorry.
experience.
I'm
Clowns are horny for clowns.
yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's fun, but some of them are just like I remember I got dragged through our haunted trail, and I don't know who I ran into afterwards because they saw me get dragged in by this old lady, and they were like, "Snags, you all right?" I'm like, "No, dude." I said that lady basically molested me.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I did not. She touched me in inappropriate places. I told her to stop. She said, "Does this honk too?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am." I'm like, "No, the fuck it doesn't. I don't want this." I tried so hard to get away, but like she was having a good time. I was locked in. So I went along with the ride, but I also had to get therapy at the end because
Yeah, later on, I'm in the back, like playing the therapist. Can you show me on this puppet where the bad woman touched you?
It was a fun time, but there's moments like that where I'm just like, I'm gonna keep that in my head because it's like you're doing something, you're doing it right. So when you're doing these moments, people have reactions, either throwing fist, getting mad, throwing shit or whatever at you. Have you ever had a moment where someone swung at you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have. I got sucker punched right in the face.
sweet.
He's never been hit.
Never been hit once. I probably deserve it more than anyone in that park because I will
He
I will-
pushes buttons
I will
so
push the
hard.
button
Yeah.
because I would rather have them swing on me than go in there and swing on a 16-year-old kid.
Yes,
But nobody's done it to me.
good for you.
I stand my ground and like here's the thing, I'm fucking terrified. You know, like I don't want to be hit. Just to be clear, like I don't want this face touched. But like once you're in clown, it's like go ahead, I dare you. Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Come
You know?
on.
So the very first night I was swung on, the very first night I ever worked. And that was pretty much it.
Man, damn. How do you do that?
I don't know. I
Man,
don't know.
I got knocked out. Lights out.
Oh God.
I was in a morph.
no.
I was in a morph suit, and I was the shadow guy in the clown house. So I was hiding behind mannequins. I had these long fingers. So there was one night I did it for like 3 weekends. People loved it. I was the shadow guy. Cool. So I hid into the darkness. But we had 3D glasses at the time. So I was like, that takes more advantage to hide in the shadows. So I remember I was hiding behind this mannequin. and my fingers were over the shoulders, and you'd see these long fingers just doing this back and forth. All right. So I'm waiting, and you never get the first person. I always try to get the middle. The middle is always the best one. Well, I saw this big old tall lurch motherfucker. I'm like, oh, that's my guy, dude. He's massive. So I'm waiting. I'm 5'7". This dude had to be at least 6'5". I'm like, I'm creeping, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, all right, here's my moment. Here's my moment. So I popped up, and I was like, where's the children? That's all I remember. That's all I remember. And then all of a sudden, I remember dude was like, dude, are you all right? Are you fine? And I had the biggest fucking shiner. Dude, his fist was like that, blasted me. And that was out, lights out for the rest of the night. And I was like, holy shit, okay. I didn't know where I was, how everything was going, but all I remember was saying, where's the children? And he told me where they were.
He's a magnet for fist. I took him to Sonic Temple a couple years of this big concert festival, and he went crowd surfing, and he got punched in the face.
I just go for it.
It's like, yeah.
I just live life.
Yeah.
So when, what really influenced you guys to really do, for instance, like Slinky, your upside down thing? Like, how's the carpal tunnel? Like, does your wrist hurt? Do you drop down real fast? Do you what really got you into doing that?
Well, I am a lot older and do it a lot less, like the whole zoomy crawly stuff.
Yeah.
My surprisingly, my back does not hurt me. It's all in the thighs. Like I got super slinky thighs.
Sweet.
Because that's kind of what holds everything bending backwards. But yeah, like it started on the ground, just crawling at people, and I flipped over, and then that's when she was like, "Here you go, have a smile," and that was kind of the thing. So it's like it was great because like it was good resting for me, like having a resting position. When you come around the corner, there's this on the ground, and people are still like, "What the fuck?" But I'm just hanging out, like having a great time, you know, or like chase them down the hall. Yeah,
man, and you've never been punched.
Never been punched.
He's still going on about the punch.
Almost got stepped on, but I learned real fast. From as soon as that boot went up, I said, "Okay, I will keep my distance." So like I've done it. I've done Slinky in like tight hallways and big ass rooms. Like I've everywhere.
Damn,
Not
that's
single
all. That's all
punch.
I gotta say to that is damn. Like you're very lucky on that one. What about you, Vortex?
What?
Have you?
What's up?
Fuck, I don't even know what the hell I even asked.
Yeah.
What inspires you for your character to really, like, what is like, okay, what is more, like, what is something that's iconic that you do that people just love seeing?
Oh God.
You're just really kind of a bully. You're
Yeah,
just really
I'm kind of mean.
mean.
I'm just kind of mean.
Yeah,
That's
really
awesome.
mean.
It's all in good fun though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hilarious.
It's like I think of it as like kind of just turning the filter off, like every like kind of intrusive, like vaguely mean thing that I could just say about anybody that I
Yeah.
see, and I just kind of let them fall out of my mouth.
It's
People love it weirdly.
yeah, and
Like, I'll get customers who come back and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you bullied me last year! Don't you
Yeah.
remember?" And I'm like, "I have no idea who you are. Get out of my face!"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, there it is!" Like,
just gotta keep going.
know.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
totally
fun because it's like you don't necessarily have to like insult somebody, but to be just a total dick is people are just like, dude, he was such an asshole to you, and it's like, no, like I'm being serious, dude. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Oh, that's so fun. So, what do you guys fear? What is something that you guys fear when the mask comes off?
Oh, getting my head stuck in tiny places.
Ugh. Where-
That's about it. What does Punch say? Everyone is afraid of one thing. Imagination, your own imagination. I don't know if I'm afraid of that.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, just my head.
yeah.
I don't really do scary. I love working in haunted houses, but I won't say that I don't like scary things, but like I don't watch horror movies. I just kind of go out there and I know my timing, I know how to jump, I know how to pounce, I know how to be loud and aggressive, and I don't know.
And that's strange, like in a way, like because I know a lot of people that just go out there as haunt actors and stuff, and I'm included. I mean, I love horror movies and I can watch them any time of the day, but you get me in a haunted house as my normal self, I am not
Really?
about it. I am the biggest wimp. Like sometimes, like when I'm roaming, I'll go through a haunted house and stuff, and I always do it to myself. And I always know that they know. It's like, oh, okay, Snacks is coming through. They know that he's a chicken shit, even though he's in character. They always get me. It doesn't matter, and like I'm petrified of going through haunted houses. I don't know what
He's
it is.
petrified going through work.
You guys once they found out that like I'm like a little chihuahua and I have my tail tucked all the time, it's just
They all abuse him at work.
I don't like it. It's
He's like the easiest person to get.
and it like you can fart wrong and it's worse. Now, when you guys started SLORTEX, did you guys ever know what you guys were doing and how you even got where you're at today?
No.
We still don't.
Absolutely not.
Good.
It just kind of started like 2018 was such a transformative year.
Mhm.
Like I was ready to hang up my acting boots. We had like the 3D house management was just they were very reliant on me kind of running the show, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should just manage.
Yeah.
And I was ready. Like I was. I had
That
my
was
suit.
so the last. Was that the last year of?
That was the last
festival?
year of festival.
Yeah, it was also the last year of the clown house because they were
Yeah.
tearing the clown house down to revamp the 3D attraction into something else.
Yeah. So I was
So,
like, I'm done. you
Yeah,
know?
he was like ready to. Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened with us. We just kind of, I was already sneaking out. I got kidney stones one time,
Oof.
and that turned me into like a house roaming actor because they were like, like whatever you got to do to take care of yourself. And I said, okay. And I just started roaming. But then eventually I started sneaking out further and further out the back of the house. And then one day I said, hey, come here. And she followed me, and we just started doing weird shit. And she baby birded me a mozzarella stick, I think was that was the turning point.
Yeah.
There it was.
Where we would just start getting people's food, and then she would start spitting it in my mouth upside down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, 7 years later,
Here you are.
do the weird stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Just
Yeah.
the journey that, just what haunting can really do for people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just like the amount of people that we meet throughout this journey. A lot of people don't understand is it's not a hobby, it's a lifestyle. This is something that we were meant to do, meant to have. And don't get me wrong, it's a blast. I love every moment of it. There are times when I'm just like, honestly, I think like about once a year, I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it no more. But the
Yeah.
moment that I smell those leaves turn different colors, I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm going to go back into it.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
so hard to leave something so story driven where you can create so many stories, so many memories, but it's your job to really focus on how you want to make your story. And I think you guys have really made your story on who you guys are. And I think that's really cool because one, I saw a bunch of your videos. My makeup team, because like I'm a makeup artist at our haunt too. And what was funny, one of your guys' videos that went viral, like 1.2 million of you turning upside down real quick. They sent it in the chat and he said, man, we need to like look at how these guys do their makeup. And I'm like, I'm going to be interviewing these guys. So it's cool to like when like people that don't really like not really necessarily associate with us, but don't really know what we do. It's cool to make a story and have a story. And, it's our job to hear all these amazing stories and what it really means to these people. And we've heard so much. We've heard so many amazing stories, the Brighton Banshee from, where is she from?
Yeah.
Where is she from?
Up there in
Right.
New Jersey.
New Jersey?
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. She's a second grade teacher. Wild. So here she is teaching kids, and then on the weekends she's scaring kids. So it's like, whoa, all right, cool. And, I met my lovely lady at a haunt, and we have a kid together. So like that's just the I don't know how to explain it, and I wish I could know how to explain it, but it's just one of those things where I'm very happy to go on this journey, not just with
About to
myself,
press the
but
button
with
on you.
but just with everybody.
I'm
You
about
know,
to press that
Yeah.
button.
Mhm.
fuck your button.
I'm gonna touch it.
But when it comes to like creating a legacy, what is one of your guys' goals that you want to accomplish before you hang up the clown nose and the clown shoes?
Yeah.
There it was.
Yeah.
That's a big
Gotcha.
question.
It's a big question, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every year we've grown year after year, like just within ourselves and like
Mhm.
Yeah.
how we communicate and how we want to like bring our show out into the world and interact with, our other haunters and customers. And every year I feel like must say to her, like, okay, well, this is it. This is where we start, right? Like we're starting now, and then that repeats year after year. So I don't know if I could answer that question
Mhm.
because I've asked that question 7 years in a row. I don't know what
You're just
what
rolling
I
with it.
want. Like I want Guy Fieri to come to my haunt. It's a bit. I don't know. I don't know if we could pull the haunt community together. I just need it to happen because I just need the stupid in my life. But like as far as our legacy, what do we want to do? Just have a little bit of a show.
Yeah, and I mean we've done like training for our haunt, and I think that's a big one
Yeah.
for me as well, is to have that like that connection to the new kids that are coming in and to give them that spark. Because like our haunt, like it actually, in my experience, like our haunt like skews a little older as far as the staff, and like we're kind of looking around at who we're working with, and we're like, our knees are getting tired, like we need some new blood in here. So like being able to be involved in that and like set that tone right from the get go, like this is what we're doing, like this is our haunt, and like we're freaking spooky world, like spooky world is like it's a legacy, in and of itself in New England, like it's been there for years, like people know spooky world, so it's like you get to work at fucking spooky world, like be proud
Yeah.
of that, like
Yeah.
and like light that fire under the new kids, and like we have some new blood in our haunt who are like coming in and like running circles, and like it just makes me want to up my game more because I'm watching that and I'm like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
No.
crazy.
got you that. Hold
Yeah.
on, wait.
Yeah.
I gotta keep up.
But it's so wild to see like the newcomers come in, the noobs, and there are some that you're like, I don't know if this is the type of life. But then you also have those ones where you're like you just said, like, whoa, like you're gonna be a great fucking
Mhm.
actor.
Yeah.
And there are a few that we have at our haunt that are just growing and growing and growing, and you look back and you're like, man, I miss being young. I miss those days. I miss just like if I fall, I don't have no pains and aches for 8 weeks,
Mhm.
and just seeing the joy out of it. It's like, man, I love this. It's like, fresh blood. I miss that feeling.
Yeah,
Just
it just makes you feel good when like you do have that because like if the day comes that we do want to hang up our clown shoes, it's like okay, the legacy has been passed on. Just
there
like
it is.
we're grabbing the torch from the generation before us.
Mhm.
We want to be able to pass it off to someone who's gonna love this as much as we do.
Yeah.
Your answer is better than mine. I just want-
Hey, but you still gave
Back
us
here.
one. There it
Yeah.
is. That's all that matters. And it's so cool, man. And the journey that that you've guys been on, that we've been on, it may be different, but it's in all reality, it's low key the same. And it's you're helping others. You having people look up to you. You were in their shoes at one point, and then it's time to like just you're doing you, and you're so iconic. But it's one of those things where you just take a step back and you're just like you just watch, and it's like, man, I've done so much, but I'm not gonna stop.
yeah.
And it's really cool. I love it so much.
We
Now,
had some conversations with some of our other actors who are like in our generation. I think it was last year when we just stopped and we were like, wait, we're the big kids now.
Yeah.
What?
Yep,
So there
yep.
was this realization, right? Like,
Yeah.
we all grown up, and that's okay. That's all right. But
It
they're
feels
bringing
like it.
they're bringing new blood. They're bringing new acts, and they're bringing new energy into this world. And this generation is a little much, but they're something. But I'm happy for them. I'm happy what they're bringing to us. They're bringing them a lot more fear, a lot more entertainment to the haunt community. You got this younger generation creating these wonderful products with masks or costumes, and it's like, I'm so happy that I was able to be involved in this and to have this a part of my life. And, I can hold this. And I remember it was last year, it was my first year. My 10-year-old son was able to haunt. by himself. And I remember I was in a chain maze and I was roaming with him, and he got in a chain maze, and he said, "Hey Dad, can I go off and do something else?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I sat back and I just leaned into the fence, and I heard him scream, and I heard all the customers drop. I'm like, man, that's cool. That's a cool moment.
Yeah.
I love that.
I have a daughter too, and when she turned 16, she she worked at our park, like the go-karts, ice cream, like the whole not scary part.
Yeah.
Then when she became of age to be able to haunt, she did it. And there was one night when we snuck onto the hayride and we snuck onto the clown scene, and I got to work with her for a little bit, and I was like, okay, cool, this is gonna be fun. First of all, working on a hayride, props to any of you who do that, because getting on and off for hours at a time, I don't know how. I don't know
I did
how.
it for 1 year, would never do it again.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
But
cannot.
yeah.
My knees cannot do that.
But like I was walking alongside, and she's like jumping up and she's sliding and like going like right into people's faces, and she got punched one time. But like she's like in it. She's got the Honda blood in her, and like it just felt so good.
Yeah.
To just see her just be
Her.
screaming.
Yeah.
But
Just
yeah.
letting loose. Yeah, I love that feeling.
One of the first things that I heard about her actually acting, because I didn't get to act with her, was she was on a hayride trail, and she was like, you can touch on the hayride, like shoulders and above. And they said she was touching somebody's kid, like patting him on the head or whatever. And the mom was like, I need you to not touch my son. And she had one of those like really gelled down hair parts.
Oh gosh.
So my daughter, Madison, hello, she looked right at her, and she just took that part and just moved it to the other side of her head and just patted it down on her. And I said, oh my God, that's beautiful. That's a big child.
It's just those moments right there
It's
that
so good,
it's
right?
so
Yeah.
great. Now,
And then all our other little haunt babies are just running amok.
it's just so fun to just, sit back and once in a blue moon and you just watch these people, these kids, and you're like, okay, I did my part, but now it's time to improve. What do I need to do next?
Mm-hmm.
So before our last question, what is the next big thing for you guys for the next coming year of 2025?
Oh, what do we got?
Or is it classified? You gotta wait to see.
Top secret.
Well, we do so much by the seat of our pants that it's like, like a lot of
We
our-
don't even know.
Yeah, we
yeah,
don't.
we don't literally like so many. Okay, I will tell you, all of our secondary characters that are not like Slinky and Vortex have been like, we decided like that day that we were going to the thrift store and like buying pieces for a costume, and we were gonna do it that night. Like that's that's kind of how we operate.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, we don't know.
we don't know.
Well, I mean, it's like us. Do we know what we're doing? Nope. We don't know what the hell we're doing at all. We just started a show in a corner of a basement, and then here we are 6 years later talking to some. We talk to some crazy people, but it's the journey. Now, my last question is: what is one thing that you can say to anybody stepping into the haunt world? What is some motivation that you can give them, or some advice before they put on that mask, until they get onto the floor? Man, I could not speak for a second.
Well, my favorite thing that I like to remind myself is that the show must go wrong, no matter what. Like, you're going to prepare, you're going to say, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to have if you have an audition, you're going to have a killer audition, you're going to do great. No, you're not. You're probably, you might fall on your face, the lights might go out. I don't know, whatever the case may be, just prepare. Always have a backup plan, like if you're planning, like if you have road A lined up and something falls in the way, like nowhere to go for road B.
Yeah.
And just don't be afraid to just do whatever.
Yeah, full send it. Absolutely. What about you,
That's what the kids
Vortex?
say, right?
Yeah, I mean, I what I think I like to tell people is you have to put your like any kind of self-consciousness or any kind of embarrassment aside. I forget, where did I get this from? Some podcast or something. Someone was talking about acting in an interview, and they were like, acting isn't hard, it's just embarrassing.
It
And I
is.
was like, No, it was not shame. It was not haunt. It wasn't haunt related at all. It was just like a random thing about acting. And I was like, that's so true. It's not like, I don't know, like I feel like we set up roadblocks for ourselves in our own mind because we're like, is this gonna land? How is this gonna go? Am I gonna feel stupid doing this? And it's like, if you feel stupid, like you're doing great. If you feel like you look like an idiot, like you're probably on the right path.
Yeah.
So like any weird reactions that you get, like they're not a reflection on you, the human, they're a reflection on your character. And if you're getting a reaction, then you're doing something right. So like that's always my big thing. Like don't feel silly, don't feel like you're doing something wrong. Like you just gotta put all that aside and just be like, ah, I have no embarrassment anymore. I have no I have no self-consciousness anymore. I'm just
Awesome.
gonna do it. Yeah.
I love that. Well, that's great advice. I love it so much. Well, guys, I really do appreciate you guys coming on. It honestly means a lot to us because our roster on shows that we're doing is growing and growing and stuff, and we're really happy to have you two a part of it.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah,
And-
thanks for having us. This
yeah,
is so cool.
this
This is our
is-
first podcast. So
Oh,
this
Is
very
it?
There
exciting.
you go.
Yay!
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
maybe once it gets closer to haunt season and stuff, we'll do a little recap and see what's going on with
Sure.
Slinky and Vortex, and really dive more deep into some more personal questions. Not really personal, but clown personal questions.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah,
um,
we have
yeah,
lots we can
we
say
have
about
lots we can say
clowning.
about
So
And
yeah.
I love it so much. Now, do you guys have anything to say before we log off?
Follow SLORTEX on Instagram. That's
Vortex on
where all-
Instagram, and we'll tell you everything
yeah.
there.
There you go.
Don't be afraid. Like
Yeah.
if you have a question for us, don't be afraid to
Yeah.
reach out to us.
Yeah.
We've helped people with makeup advice, acting advice, clown advice, stupid advice.
Cool.
We're part of the haunt community. We have our clown alley. Hi, Woo Clowns. We love you. So yeah, like SLORTEX. We are SLORTEX.
SLORTEX. Boom, 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 boom. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Definitely stay cool because it's been hot as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And other than that, you guys have a great time. Stay spooky and stay classy.
See you guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Well, guys, that was Slinky and Vortex from Spooky World. Woo woo, dude! I wanted to talk to them more, but again, we try to keep our shows to about an hour. Love every moment of them. They have great energy, guys. They're haunters. Simple as that. I love them. They're great. They're great people, and I can tell they have more stories for us, which we'll get. We'll get more, but we want to try to keep the show around an hour and stuff. And I love people, man. I love haunt people. I love the journey they have, and you know they seem so sweet and so nice and stuff. But I bet you when they put their makeup on, man, they're just some grimy fucking people. I love it. I love it.
I don't know. Like when I see him on like the TikToks and all that stuff, his stuff looks real clean.
Yeah.
All of his lines, everything looks real clean. Now she, like out of the two, she does look more the grungier type.
Yeah.
So, but either way, looks good.
Fantastic.
Looks
people.
good.
Fantastic people. I think with that, guys, you guys got to understand one thing. We're not doing this just for us. We're doing it for you. We're all haunters for one reason: to be spooky, be scary, have fun, create memories. And I'm very happy to be a part of it and spending it with him and stuff. And this journey's just wild. And I can't thank Steve enough for just being there. And it's just to have that person, have that kin, dude. It's great. It's great to have. And if you have that person,
Did you just call me a Ken doll?
no, not kin. Yes, dude.
It sounded like you said it's great to have a Ken.
Yeah,
Like a Ken doll.
like a kin. Like you're my kin.
I am the ugliest fucking Ken doll you've ever seen.
You're my bald kin.
Yeah.
No, but it's just great, guys. So if you have that person that is like fascinated with the same shit, and like the journey can happen, you just got to make it, create the story, and write it down.
Write it.
Write it down. Don't be afraid. And if you're
Slice a card
if you're
and dig
afraid
it.
to do something, just fucking do it.
Do it.
Send it. But other than that, Mr. Sweets, that was SLORTEX.
Yeah.
Go follow them on Instagram. Vortex
check it
and
out.
Slinky. SLORTEX. SLORTEX.
Yeah.
And you'll see them. Great, amazing people. But with that being said, I'm Arthur. That's Steve. I'm Snags. That's Mr. Sweets.
Mhm.
And this carousel never stops spinning, guys.
Yeah.
Stay spooky, stay classy.
See you guys.
This ride on the Dark Carousel may be over, but the horrors are far from done. The next just a